Hey, yo, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Q, and it's about that time we get down and do what it do. We're entering week number 2 of TEC action. In case you missed week number 1 or you just want to get caught back up, let's go ahead and take a look at our Power 5 ranking and how all of our top teams fared in our opening week of play. In our Division 1 Valorant action, we saw our number 5 team Winber have a week off. And at number 4, Franklin Regional would kick off their season with a 13-3 victory over Richland. Speaking of 13-3s, that would be the score of Boyertown, who were able to bring off their dub over West Green High School. And at number 3, the Goats from Greater Altoona in at our number 2 spot, as they were able to pull off a dub against Penn Trafford 13-2. And in at that number 1 spot, it's going to be Forest Hills, able to complete the shutout against West Branch 13-0. Sheesh. Now in our Division 2 action, our number 5 team was able to keep things close in their opening matchup, as Hollidaysburg fell 8-13 to Franklin Regional, who also comes in at that number 4 spot. The Greater Altoona Goats were able to win big in their opening week by the score of 13-3 and hit that 3 spot. Black Lick Valley High School dropped a single round on their way to the number 2 spot. And I know, what's better than dropping just one round? It's dropping no rounds, pulled off by who? Richland, coming in at that top spot. Now, we did see our Rocket League action kick off, and in at that number 5 spot, it's going to be Greater Altoona, who were able to take down Franklin Regional 3-0. And at our 4 spot, that's going to be Albert Gallatin, who were also able to start off their season with a sweep. Boyertown holding it down in that number 3 spot, as they also swept their opponents to start off the season. Our top 2 teams, however, they would be the knockout drag 'em out series that went the distance, as California area was able to play this one close, but Forest Hills would be able to repeat their success that they saw during that winter championship in a score of 3-2. Now in Division 2, we saw that Richland started off their season with a dub, 3-1 versus Central Cambria, sitting in at that number 5 spot. California area rolls in at the 4 spot after a 3-1 series win against Salisbury Elk Lick. Drifting in at 3 is going to be West Branch, who was able to take down Brownsville by a score of 3-1 as well. And Jefferson Morgan started off their season with a sweep, as they were able to slide in at that number 2 spot. And the top dog in D2 belongs to Gateway, who also started off their season with a sweep. And of course, we can't forget, on Wednesdays, we Overwatch. In Greater Johnstown, our number 5 team would be able to go to distance in a banger of a matchup against Ferndale, our number 4 squad, to start off the season. Penn Trafford were able to start off their season with a 2-0 win over Connellsville, sitting in at number 3. Our second place spot belongs to Winber, who were able to take down Boyertown in just 2 maps. And Central Cambria would also be able to complete a sweep, as they hold it down in the number 1 spot. Now, unfortunately, due to some server issues, last week's Overwatch action wasn't able to complete as far as Division 2, and games will be rescheduled for later on the season, but Franklin Regional versus Salisbury was the only D2 game that was able to play, and Franklin Regional came to play in their opening week of TEC action. They're going to be my team to watch, but since no other games were played this past weekend, our rankings will stay the same. And while the spring split has finally started, we still have plenty of season left to be played over with TEC. But don't forget that we have games every single week, Monday through Thursday, on our multiple channels. And we're going to be bringing more content than ever with videos like this right here, as well as our top plays each and every week. And if you're watching this over on YouTube, y'all already know the deal. Hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about it. Until we catch y'all back over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all. It's your boy Q, signing out. Hey, yo,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 1 of the high school series Valorant Division 1 and 2. In the week 1, we've got 5 clips to look over. My name is TJ, and we're going to jump straight into our number 5 clip right now.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our Power 5 ranking and how all of our top teams fared in our opening week of play. In our Division
at number 5, we have Robotics Master from Forest Hills.
Have a week off. And at number 4, Franklin Regional would kick off their season with a 13-3 victory over Richland. Speaking of 13-3s, that would be the score of Boyertown, who were able to bring off their dub over I see the orbital strike going to be able to come in as well. Greater Altoona in at our number 2 spot as they were able to pull off a dub against
Look at the team play on your screen here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the Sage and the Deadlock, the Sentinels locking down B main, and the orbital strike from Robotics Master sealing the deal for Forest Hills. What an excellent play.
Our number 5 team was able to keep things close in their opening matchup as Holiday's Bird fell 8-13 to Franklin Regional, who also comes in at that.
Coming in at number 4, we have Wildman from Blacklick Valley with a nice Omen 3K flank.
By the score of 13-3 and hit that 3 spot.
This maze
Blacklick
situation
Valley
that
High
we put
School
into, Wildman to be able to go around the corner. He has at least one that's hard picking him, but a paranoia
dropping
that
just one round.
eventually
It's
is
dropping
being
no
just
round.
put away by some of these paint
Rich
shells. It is a crisscross applesauce. They at least swing into one. Now swing into another. They see a third, and right around the corner, Wildman going absolutely.
We're able to take down Franklin Regional.
Wildman making his way all the way through spawn, looking for the Sage of West Branch. Has to take a little bit of time to reload, but now working his way back, and we're going to see this one by one. Players of West Branch falling. There goes the Raze, then the Sage. Yoru teleporting, not ready for it in Wildman. An excellent 3K out of him to give the bonus round to Blacklick Valley.
Repeat their success that they saw during that winter championship in a score of 3-2. Now in Division 2,
coming in at number 3, we have Vale from Greater Altoona, who pulls out the Jet Knives and finds himself a clean ace to put Greater Altoona on match point.
After a 3-1 series win against Salisbury Elkcliff. Drifting in at 3 is the West Branch, who was able to take down Brownsville by a score of 3-1 as well. Jefferson Morgan started off their season with a sweep as they were able to slide in. They're trying to run. Top dog in E2, along with the Gateway, who also started off their season with a sweep. And of course, we can't forget on Wednesdays.
All right, so as you can see, Sagara holding down the middle of the map here, but everybody's sitting in A main. The ultimate activated for Vale, and finding that high positioning is going to get him 2 free kills as he now gets very aggressive with that dash, spots the KO. We are trying to rotate through spawn, but also going to be taken down. Knows that Reyna had worked up mid earlier in the round, doubles back, and that'll be a beautiful ace out of Vale for Greater Altoona.
As they hold it down in the number 1 spot.
Number 2, we have the same Greater Altoona team, but this time it's Pingu with a nice 6K ace on Ascent against Johnstown.
A little bit easier for CTC.
Shutting them down.
Make their way in. They'll be able to at least get the spike down here on to A. You can see they fully commit to site, got everybody on. Unfortunately, though, everyone's still over towards B, a little delayed on the rotation over to the side of Greater Johnstown.
Yeah, I'm not sure what might have happened over there to keep them lurking for that long, but yeah, they were kind of maybe anticipating it was still going for B, now ping up into heaven, finds one, the ping gets a 4K. Got a Ferrari peek that, unfortunately. Now the flash comes in as well, trip it through A main, and they're going to walk right by KJ here.
One enemy running by. I wonder if they're letting Pingu get all 6. There's the ace right.
Following Pingu into tree, he's already found the first kill onto Reyna outside of Market, but that will get resurrected by the Sage of Johnstown, putting things back in the advantage of the enemy team here. However, Pingu working his way up towards heaven, and he's going to tuck himself inside the smoke to hopefully not give his position away, but as you're going to see, the KO flash going to be perfectly timed as the smoke fades, but that's not going to stop Pingu from becoming an absolute turret up in heaven. Finds 3 players of Johnstown. His ultimate's going to be popped, which will detain the enemy team from using any of their own abilities, and with the kills coming through from the Sage of Johnstown, he's going to have an idea of where the last 2 players are. There's the ace on the screen, but looking for the 6th, and Tripit falls. The last kill coming through for the number 2 spot here. Pingu, an excellent job on Ascent. Coming in at the number 1 spot of this week's of Valorant's top 5 clips is Zaveru from Johnstown, who finds himself a nice ace on Reyna to try and bring Johnstown back into the match against Greater Altoona.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the TEC Esports High School Series. We're here for week number 2, and it's Monday, so you know we got to get into some Valorant. My name's Lava77. Joined with me in the cast booth here today, it's the one and only guy with the fantastic mustache, is Mr. Hot Sauce. How you doing today, Hot Sauce?
Oh, phenomenal. You know, we missed you last week. We had some mishaps. The stars didn't quite align for us, but the dream team back at it. Glad to be back in the booth with you, Llama. Of course, we got two really exciting games here in D1. First up is going to be Boyertown taking on Richland, and there are definitely some familiar names returning here.
Definitely are. I mean, some names that I recognize, definitely you recognize, and definitely all the fans recognize as well. So I think this is going to be a good one. Of course, we're starting off the week with Bind. It's one of my kind of medium maps. It's not my favorite, not my least favorite, but how about you? What's your thoughts on Bind?
I love Bind. Absolutely love Bind. I'm a huge Raze fan, as we all know as well. And typically she does do very well on Bind. There's a lot of those little cheeky Roomba nade portal plays that you can do. But honestly, this map has come a long way. And with, the new characters, there are a lot of different compositional looks that you can take here. So I'm interested to see what the students opt to go with. We've seen some of our powerhouses, Penn Trafford, Forest Hills, GACTC kind of really dominate on these maps that do have those rays, those jet picks that kind of get onto site quickly as well and kind of help create that disruption. So I personally love Bind. I know it's kind of an old map, but it's nice to come back around as well. So I'm really excited for this one here today.
And more importantly, we're playing a best of one. So you got no more than just this Bind map. You talk about the speed and all these extra duelists. You got to be creative and you got to get out quickly, because if you don't, like we said, you fall a couple early rounds and then the game starts to get out of your control. But it's been a lot of fun. I got to say, I missed the Valorant on Monday, so I'm excited to see all the action that the kids bring to the table today.
Yeah, Boyertown, Richland, both about to go head to head. As we had mentioned, at least one or two returning members, I think, here from both teams. But Skaloop and Signify 4K are the two big names that stick out for me. Obviously, we've seen Signify dominate on that Reyna in the past. So it'll be interesting to see if these comps have switched up during the offseason, what kind of work that they've put in the offseason as well, and how hungry they are for these early season wins. As you mentioned, just in week 2 here only. So.
Start of the season does mean you can get your record off pretty hot, and already looking towards the playoff a little bit if you can get some of those wins and maybe set yourself up for some of those in-person events here at the end of the season. However, you mentioned those familiar names. You talk about Skalupadop, a player that we saw all of last season. Every single time we were looking at them, it was just 3K, 4K, ace over here, getting massive amounts of kills and making sure they could help out the team.
I'm getting old and my memory isn't as good as it used to be, but I think we've seen Skaloop out on the Rocket League pitch as well from time to time. So certainly a lot of these students very talented in many different skill sets. But today is the day of Valorant, and I am certainly excited to see these students get out there and click some heads. And again, much like in some of the previous seasons, at least in week 1, we did have some teams kind of struggling with that economy, not necessarily saving or buying together. So hopefully these teams can kind of get some of these early week jitters out of the way, come back really strong here in week 2, and give us a great performance.
I am very excited. We are ready to go. We got Agent Select underway, and we have Bind as well, like we mentioned. So already some selections over from our defending side. The Omen, the Phoenix, and the Sage as well are going to be there to start us out. Some Hovers going to be there on the other side. I think you get a lot of power here from the Sova, specifically on Bind, so not surprised at all to see that one come through. But Major Kern on the Reyna, I think, is going to be a huge player to watch. An agent that has so much pop-off potential that can reset, that can heal, and can get you back into fights.
Yeah, we'll see Signify on the other side with that Reyna, very, very comfortable there as well. Only going with that one duelist on the attacking side there. I got to say the comp does look a little bit more suitable, certainly obviously on that defensive side, but on the other side of things, you do get a lot of intel from that Sova. You have the smokes of Omen as well. So the comps aren't too crazy different. We see that Phoenix coming on, guys, kind of give you that run it back. The ult doesn't take as much as it used to as well. So, certainly could be very beneficial on the attacking side of things.
Like the Phoenix. I'm a Phoenix player myself, so good to see that extra little bit of ultimate. And it's a pretty short ultimate as well with all those ultimate nerfs and buffs. Phoenix still sits at a 6 ultimate orb charge. That means if you're getting picks, if you're getting kills all around the map, you can definitely get that ultimate very quickly. But like you mentioned, starting off here, it is going to be Boyertown on the defense and Richland on the attack. And as we always do, Hot Sauce, we're starting with the pistol round.
Yeah, we love the pistol rounds over here. I mean, they do definitely help dictate and set the tone, the pace for that first half. Typically, if you can win that first pistol round, you do go on to get that second round as well. It's not always the case, though. Major Kern up here early with the shorty. I do like this. Unfortunately, most of the action right now heading toward hookah.
It's going. Looks like Smiling and Sklupadupa might be facing some early pressure, but this Sage Wall is really smart. It's going to cover all of B window. They'll know if they push through it, and if they don't, so what? It's just going to drain down some of the time they have in this early round. Anti-Glitch is going to be waiting, watching, and seeing if they can take this wall down. Sklupadupa watching this angle to make sure no one is coming from their right side, but this overflow could come quickly if all 5 players go through that wall.
Yeah, we see this flash coming out, not really getting a lot of intel. Signify, Smiling, both finding big trades here. Major with a shorty, putting in work. We'll find another as well. Dancing around, has help from
one
Smiling.
enemy remaining.
Signify with a sheriff
Spike
will
planted.
get not 1, but 2 overall. Kern, Anti, all with trades back and forth there. What a hectic first round.
Absolutely crazy, but you know, a nice first round nonetheless. It is going to be a win from the Boyertown defense, and I think it was just that stall play. They said, okay, you can walk in as all 5, but we got the rotations, we had that Sage Wall to delay that push, and we have got those collapsing pincer plays from Diamond Kid 339. 2 players left standing, and a pistol round win is going to feel good here on defense.
Yeah, you know, fortunately that shorty really putting in work there early, and it's a dangerous gamble. You know, they say no risk, no reward. Certainly Major Kern stepping into that dangerous territory, able to find a couple with the shorty, and man, it feels good. Much like the sheriff and those other guns, when you're tapping those heads, when you get an in-your-face kill with that shorty, it does feel really good.
The shorty kill feels good. Got a couple of them, like you said, really good in that close quarters. Now we'll see what the decision is. Here from Richmond, they said, okay, we tried B. We're gonna maybe go for that A site instead. This time, though, it's a 2-3 split. They're not all going through one way. They don't all want to get caught, and that Sage Wall is still placed up towards the window of B. But there are 3 players here on the defensive side, and an early takedown from Major Kern with a Sheriff headshot.
Yeah, beautiful job getting that first pick.
One
Critic
enemy
will find
remaining.
one as well. Now
Flawless.
with the Spectre and the Molly through fire and brimstone. Diamond will wrap up another one. A flawless round here for the Boyertown Bears.
Sheriff shots, nice good round for them as they pick up a second. However, this is what we usually see. Getting back to the flow of Valorant, you win that first round. Usually you're able to win that second round, but now it comes down to this third round. Rifles are going to be picked up here by the Richland offense. There are going to be a couple rifles from the Boyertown defense. However, they have 2 of those SMGs and could get overrun.
Yeah, they definitely have the
Cover
force
going
into the rifles. They have the slight weapon advantage here, certainly wanting to utilize it, feeling comfortable at the A site at the moment. And with that Gecko flash, we'll get a little bit of intel. We'll see him stampede on, and now the backpedal here. The easy play for the retake is Boyertown, but it's Swish who steps in and makes Swish cheese. Cryptic will find the trade and get another bit of back and forth as Cryptic will find one more on the 3v3.
B3 now. Dust has settled here, but back up towards this high ground, this Sage Wall. The little buddy's going to go out and try and hit this plant. The Sage Wall not blocking for enough. But now it's going to be a trade. Sklupadupa taken down to a 3v1. Only low player is Daddy J here on this Cypher. Only about 36 HP to play with. There's 3 players watching this one. The Sage Wall not good as well for the defense. So we'll see if they can pick up any more kills, see if they can do any more damage towards the economy. That's the most important thing. The smokes are going to fade, and Swish will take down the headshot to take the round. Credit there to Cryptic Midas, who had a couple of really calm picks there to slow down the offense, but it was just that weapon advantage that won the round there for Richland.
Yeah, you know, and it's a weapon, or a round, excuse me, that they needed to win. You don't want to let things get too out of hand, especially on that bonus round when they don't force into the rifles. They're looking to save some of that economy. So Richland doing what they need to do, capitalizing on that important round and looking to settle things down here a bit as we get just a little bit closer to tying things up once more.
Close to tying things up, and this next round will decide it. It's going to be, once again, another A hit. It's where Richland seem to have had success so far, but they are going to walk heavily down A short. They've got some utility to pressure on in, some smokes to block off that right side and make sure no easy picks come through. However, Diamond Kid getting the first point of contact. Daddy J, Signify, both able to get a pick, and now they have flooded sight. How much can Cryptic get here? Lying in wait, lying in the smoke. Daddy J making sure it's going to be nothing up towards the high ground. Cryptic Might is still sitting. pushing over towards the showers area, but the spike is down, and so is most of the players here. Smiling, a 1v1, trying to go for the heal, but all it takes is one shot from Swish.
Yeah, a bit of back and forth there. I wasn't sure who might steal that round away as things started to transpire near the end. A bunch of trades coming out in the end, though, trying to hop off of Heaven, caught out in the open, and Swish able to capitalize, bring it back. Now all tied up 2-2 here. Typically, these maps do be a little bit more on the defensive side, but it does kind of boil down to the team comp and how comfortable you guys are playing together, using these utilities together as well. So some of that comes into play in these lower tiers a little more.
Definitely true. The Gecko Arena definitely helps you a lot on offense, but whenever you have a two-site map, it definitely does favor the defense a little bit more. We'll see. It's once again a switch up on the site for Richland after their success on the A site. They don't want to go into Cryptic Midas, who seems to have a lock on where their location is going to be. However, this rotate is going to be a little bit quick, so from the Boyertown defense, can they get everybody involved? Skalupadop will drop first, but a pincer is coming through Hookah.
Unfortunately, the weapon advantage.
I know exactly
at the moment, and now the intel will come out. The neural thefts as Daddy J finds 2 kills in the mix. Major has the Bucky, maybe feeling lucky as he's able to find one. The wall will break though, and he's all alone here in Hookah. The shots being sprayed to the wall. The hailstorm of bullets, and with that, it looks like they may potentially back off here.
And this is probably just a save angle. Maybe if Major Kern can get one or so picks to try and do some more damage. But you would love to save this rifle in the next round if you could. You have ultimate already, and there's the headshot. So maybe thinking about popping the Empress, going for a 1v4, but we'll have to see how it goes. Lots of really good angles to just contest. There's also a tripwire on their path through. Since the shoulder of the Cypher, taking them down to about a 4th HP and taking them fully out of the game. Major Kern, 2 kills here on a 3K. Definitely looking for the ace play, but the timing is running out. The spike is ticking up, and the offensive players are just lying in wait for that tripwire to hit. Looking left, and OG Mudbone able to take Major Kern down.
Major Kern able to grab at least 2 more on his way out the door there as well. So maybe kind of dipping into the economy here of Boyertown a bit. But again, a great job nonetheless to come away with a few of those kills. They find themselves 3-2 here in the first half. And honestly, you couldn't ask for a closer series to start things off.
True. Very, very close here between these two teams. And the nice thing, we've got matching ultimates on both sides. 4 ultimates on one side, 4 ultimates on the other. That's going to probably give us a chaotic round.
Yeah, that Thrasher can really throw a wrench in the mix. Looking for the intel, though, coming off the blind. Not a lot to grab here as the smokes are on place. So that'll come up. Cryptic finds one before Daddy able to get the trade. And with that, the wingman will put the spike down.
Gonna be down, but how much can you hold this defense here? 4-4 in the player count with the Omen ultimate up and active. We'll see this kind of pincer play from the showers area. However, with this Sage Wall, it's so tough to push in. Anti-glitch taking down. That's a great start here for the defense. However, they're going to have to keep pushing through this wall. The angle's not favoring them. From behind, Swish is going for the collapse. And Daddy J able to take down Cryptic Midas. It's down to just Smiling. No heals this time as Swish from behind takes a 3rd.
Yeah, I like that ult from Swish going all the way back toward that spawn. A little more on that B side, ensuring that the rotation has come through. And we saw Smiling start to have an idea at the end. We saw the slow orb come that way, but unfortunately already too late. And Richland, after being down 2-0, find themselves up here 4-2 in the first half of things.
Feeling good after the pistol round, and like we said, it's great to get these rounds on attack as well. Yes, you do invest some ultimates there, but you get the Empress back, you're feeling good, and now you're going heavy towards A once again. However, you're going to be playing into some rifles. Smiling this time has decided to flip the sights and put a little bit more pressure over towards the B site, but use that Sage Wall in A short. That will once again slow down the team, not let them get in as fast, or so we thought. Smiling with an instant trade, 1-for-1 there, but Cryptic Midas again in the showers position, so hard to deal with. He's on a double, and there's a Sova coming from behind.
1 enemy remaining.
Doing a great job of keeping his poise there, maintaining control, and now has spotted the spike as well. And unfortunately, I like the swap from the save. That wall is going to have to either come up a few feet or go back a few feet, because putting that wall right there just allows him to hop right over with that box with ease. So again, you need to either get it just in front of that box or a little bit further away so they can't find that easy hop over.
Don't want to give them that ease of access, but what a round again. And we've been saying it for this whole entire game. Cryptic Midas, very, very good at just saying, okay, come attack us. We'll give you this little bit of space, but we'll take so much more with our rifles, with our utility. If you don't clear showers, it is going to be a problem. Once again, it's going to be the flip up of sights. Some success on both sides for both teams here, and rifles for both in this next round. We've still got lots of ultimates, but it's once again a B push.
Most highly underrated, especially a good omen. Encrypting, utilizing that to a key at the moment. Gecko will find one with the blind. The intel is there. Skaloop. Has the crossfire, smiling, able to come up with a big 2K. As they both get traded back and forth each way. Now on a 3v3, the spike is down.
Teleport came in though, but Cryptic Midas is dealt with. There is going to be a pincer play, but it's just too slow. Swish reads it out, double headshots, and now a 1v3. Diamond Kid used that run it back in the last round. Will not have it here, but we'll see one for absolutely free. That's a great takedown. However, 2 ultimates available on the other side. The Sage has res if they need it, but I don't think they're going to use it. That spike still going up even further, and Anti-Glitch is going to have to stop this one player for sure. Here's the footsteps, and the crossfire is there, but takes the first. The reload! Oh, if it wasn't there, could have had it.
Yeah, you know, I think maybe wondering if they were coming from behind. We see him hit with the 180, and maybe not realizing just on the other side of the wall was Anti. Nonetheless, able to clutch that up. And again, after being down 2-0, now 3-5 here for Richland. So a bit of back and forth early, and this is what we absolutely love to see between these two teams.
Is almost a tied up game there. Very, very close round. However, just 5 ultimates available here for the Richland side. We'll see what they can do with them. It's going to be a lot of pressure actually towards mid this time, as the fast rotate is going to be a collapse towards B. Now, through this teleporter, if Sova decides to take it, could do a lot of damage towards that backline, but this Sage Wall, once again, is denying the entry into the site.
Yeah, they still have that Thrasher as well from Gecko. I'd like to see that come out sooner than later. Could certainly help clear the sniper. But they are just clustering in with a fierceness as they find the whole crew. Show them what to do. Sova, the last lurking member, and he's looking to take his time up long B.
You might be saying it's just one player. It's just a 1v5, but you got to remember, it's Skalupadot. Okay, this is a player we've seen do this time and time again. It's going to see some shoulders. It's going to see the free headshots. Anti-Glitch taken down first. Mudbone going to go and try to get that second. There's 2. Just the third there with the headshot. Dangerous, but the team ace does come through. And 6 rounds now built up for this Richland offense.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing very nice together. They've kind of, I think they kind of recognize what the defense is doing. They're able to kind of break it apart a little bit and work off of their game plan here. But again, 5 ults on deck. Obviously, you know, the Sage potentially could save their ult to a good position, but anybody else, I'd like to see them use that ult, if not the round they got it, the following round. You want to give yourself another opportunity to find a second ult in that first half. And again, this Thrasher has so much room to clear and so much space.
Anti-Glitch going to be contesting first, but yeah, that's a good point. This Thrasher, if you can use it well, you can definitely get a lot of value. Major Kern was on a nice side angle there in that box area. Archie unable to get too much. Swish is taking another down, and once again, it's the weapon advantage. It's what Richland have built up for themselves over these kind of 6 rounds with a break round in a row. They have so much money left in the bank, and it's just pistols on the other side. You don't even really want to use those ultimates because you know they're on an eco. Skalupadop taken down as well, and it's going to be a try at the pincer play through showers, through the height, but the tripwire is going to shut it down.
Last player standing.
From behind, Swish will catch Cryptic off guard with that frenzy, throwing a wrench in the mix. Now 3-7 as we are just getting that much closer to halftime. We'd love to see the Boyertown Bears grab another round or 2 before we head into halftime.
Possible. I mean, you can end this half 7-5. That wouldn't be too bad. We've seen already the creativity, though, from Richland. Going fast, going slow, attacking different sites at different times. And they still have those 5 ultimates. They didn't use a single one in that last round. So Lupadot might be trying to get a pickup here with that ultimate, not buying a rifle at the start of the round. No shields either, so see how things go. It's once again quickly taking over that mid area and pushing straight to B.
Yeah, they really just don't let up. We'll see an early rotation coming in now as well, because once they decide to go somewhere, it seems like they make up their mind and they just execute very well. They find these first 2 picks yet again.
I know
giving themselves
exactly
the player advantage. It just makes that push onto site that much easier.
Planted.
Fast and loud is how they go at it. Now they have to deal with a 4v2 after Diamond Kid takes one more down. Low HP bars on the
One
Reyna, but if
enemy
you
remaining.
give her a kill, it can go quickly, but they don't give over anything at all. Team Ace there. Only the Sage
Last
falling at the end of that round,
round before the
and
switch.
3-8. It's going to leave us 1 round before the half. The 9-3 curse could be looming around the corner, and you got to use all that money and all the ultimates here in this round. You're going to lose them at the half.
Yeah, again, I would love to see this ult here from Gecko. They've held on to it just a little too long, in my opinion. But you know, sometimes when things are working, you just don't want to mess it up. You're continuously winning rounds, so I guess we can understand that as well. Final round before the halftime. Plenty of ults left on the table. We'll see if they get used up here.
See it. Those ultimates on the table, 7 of them at the start of this round. However, lots of upfront pressure, and Major Kern with a headshot actually takes down a lot of utility out of the kid. That's going to be the Cypher down and dusted, Signify holding down towards that Showers area. However, the res, it's absolutely huge, and that smoke once again is perfectly lined up so they can hit this plant. 4-4 after the operator shot, but Swish is pushing forward, giving them absolutely no space to
One
play.
enemy
And
remaining.
here is the
There.
back line, slice and dice. It's all up to the Sage in a 1v4.
Yeah, that Thrasher and that the ultimate man unfortunately missed the one on the back of sight, but allowed the plant to go down. Smiling will find one on the tray, but again, a top position to be in. A 3v1 Signify with the swing, the peak. He'll pop the head, get the bread, and just like that, the first half, 9-3
Switching
here
sides.
for Richland. And I mean, if you're the Boyertown Bears, you gotta hope the 9-3 curse is still a thing.
Only got to. I mean, I'm not super superstitious, but I do believe in the 9-3 curse. I think you got to, but we'll have to see what happens here on the offensive side. And at this point, you got to say they did it, so we got to find those angles to be creative as well. I think you're pushing into an okay composition. You have this Phoenix, you got the Sova, you have a lot of ways to gain information. I think if you take out the Cypher in some of these rounds, there's not actually a lot of utility to prevent you from going fast onto these sites.
No, I agree, absolutely. They almost have to do exactly what Richland did when they're finding these pushes on. They need to get that first or second pick to kind of give them that player advantage. And they certainly have the ability to do that here. The Stampede coming up toward Long B here. Moment face to face. Swiss will capitalize here on the Omen on Omen action to find the first pick.
Sage needs to get back, though. This was all kind of a smoke on the side for them to walk on in. Anti-glitch is going to be stuck up here in the window area. That Sage wall from the offense going to be blocking off the way through spawn into this B site. However, the pincer angles are there. Signify and Anti-glitch both with headshots are going to be able to cut this down to a 2v4. Anti-glitch just walking relentlessly through the smoke. Doesn't even care. Has got the flick. And now it's all down to the Phoenix. So we'll drop to OG Mudbone Sheriff. Double-digit rounds. The 9-3 curse looking less and less doable.
Yeah, I mean, they had a really good start to the round. Unfortunately, it just didn't end up going their way. And they've had some good picks and good kills. And here's the thing. Yeah, it's 3-10, but I would say probably 4 or 5 of these rounds were only separated by a player. So really could have gone either way. The school board maybe not doing it as much justice as we've gotten to see here today so far. But we'll see if the Boyertown Bears can hunch down and find a way to bring this back. They find themselves in a little bit of trouble here, though. Llama not going to be really able to buy into this one.
Yeah, usual flow of the half, of course. You win that first round, you're usually able to buy better guns and be able to win that second round. We'll see if maybe a fast play can get them going. There is going to be tripwires waiting all throughout this A site. So if you try and push through, it's going to be a little bit interesting. That Sage wall blocking off, actually, it looks like the middle of sight. So giving a little bit of extra protection. OG Mudbone looking for a quick trade down to 18 HP, but has the spray transfer to get both. And they're looking to continue going. Anti-glitch is going to get a double of their own. It's all down to Major Kern. Classic in hand and a triple for the Sage.
Yeah, unfortunately, they need to find a way to find that pick on the Gecko there. Can't quite allow him to spray like that and find it too. Although the transfer was nice, there was definitely time to find that trade. Unfortunately, it doesn't go their way this time, and that's just the way Valorant goes sometimes. 11-3 on the board. Not done just yet, though. They should be able to find a way to force into this next round. We'll see if they can come up with an upset.
This round is important. You win this round, you can start to snowball it into something even greater, even better. You got the weaponry to do it, so let's see it happen. It's going to be double tripwire setup over towards a short. We'll see through a long if the walk comes through, or if they're going to walk into all this utility. The smokes are going to be nice. Major Kern is going to be dueling alongside of their Omen to see if they can find a way to break into this site. Diamond Kid gets some early damage on Tandy Glitch. Unfortunately, that is going to be the Sage. They're going to have heals, and the Spike is unfortunately already down. Major Kern's going to go for the teleport here, but there is reinforcements coming from every single direction. Trapped right now. Diamond Kid has to use the flash to try and break on in, and it'll work. 2 kills there, but Mudbone is back with one. The heals coming in from Phoenix, and a 3v3 with a minute left.
A good job by Diamond here, as Skaloop will find one onto Ante as well, lurking above side, and with that, some big picks. Unfortunately, the Spike is down outside of Hookah here, so they're gonna have to work on this retake together.
This is actually really tough. You really can't go through the teleporter. You're going to have to go all the way around. 40 seconds after this round, it's going to be the Sova for probably first contact. Diamond Kid, you're going to hear that teleporter, though. It's going to be Swish taking down the Sova. You see the opening, you see the rifle, and you take him down with the headshot. It was a 3v2. Now it's a 2v1, all down to Smiling. If you can get a double here, if you can hop on up, but they definitely saw that rifle. Mudbone is going to get a third. 1 round away from the victory is Richland.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Boyertown start off really nicely. They were up, 2-0 off rip. Unfortunately, things got a little out of hand and then just couldn't quite find that round together to close things out. But it's not over till it's over. We've seen some crazy comebacks, not only in the history of Valorant, but in the history of TEC as well. So hopefully they can buckle down here, and again, it just starts with 1 round at a time, right? If they can do it, we can too. We'll see if they can take this one here.
Here we go. Not too many shields available for the Boyertown offensive side. They're going to be walking through once again on this A site. Lots of Cypher utility once again. The cage and double tripwires there. The unique angle from this Sage wall up super high over the showers area. I don't think I would ever expect to look up this way. The creativity from some of the students, but Mudbone is already on a flank, punishing them for going too slow here. And oh, look, the Sage wall is going to be able to see the feats of their opponents. Switch is going to go to take down one more. Still a doable round, but chunks of HP bars flying left and right here for Boyertown. They need to get something back, and Skalupadop is dropped.
Yeah, nice shot there by Signify again, and of course Sage just being a nuisance up on that wall, standing tall, not ready to fall as they are up 4-2. Looking to close this one out. Daddy J lurking on the other side. The double trip setup. Team to get by, and Daddy J will capitalize the team ace. And the Richland High School will take this one on home. And again, I think sometimes, that's where those prowlers come into play from Fade, or those Sova darts, anything to help take out some of those traps that we see from Cypher and things like that. It makes it so hard to push a site sometimes.
Really does. I mean, you look at all that utility that was just kind of placed there. You kept on running into it. A little bit unfortunate, but we do get to see that both teams had their standout players. They had their standout moments, and like you said, there were some rounds there that got decided by 1 or 2 players. That if it's a different story, definitely could be an entirely different game. Either way, the first pistol round, the good start there was nice for Boyertown. However, just couldn't find a way to finish it with that less offensive type composition. Nonetheless, it's just 1 week out of the regular season, and hopefully they get to learn from it in these coming weeks.
Yeah, I've always been a fan. If you're going to take that loss, take it within the first 3 weeks of the season. Get it out of the way. Find out what you need to work on. Go to that VOD review and get those little tiny mistakes corrected early in your season, so that you can finish strong, work toward those playoffs, and see if you can't find yourself in the championship. But I mean, the Boyertown Bears played a very, very good game of Valorant. Unfortunately, some of those rounds just didn't go their way, and that's how it goes sometimes. So I think you hold your head high, you get back to that VOD review, and you come out and you get that dub next week.
I gotta say, I have a sportscaster friend, works for ESPN, Rich Hollenberg. He always says, you never lose, okay? You either win or you learn from it. So you learn from it here, you get to keep on improving, and that's the exciting thing about TEC. There is always next week, and there is always next season for you to continue and improve and improve. I gotta say, an exciting first series, Hot Sauce did not disappoint.
No, no, not at all. And it makes me that much more excited for the next one. Forest Hill is going to be taking on Penn Trafford. We saw Forest Hills last week skipping them, really put on a clinic there on Ascent as well. And on the other side of things, quarter coming back, we have Google Vex, who has moved up into position. Hello. A returning member as well. So, Forest Hills, Penn Trafford, two schools that have been an absolute staple of the TEC series since I've been here, certainly. I love casting both of these teams. So I know this next match is going to be a heck of a match, Llama.
Going to be exciting. And you talk about not only two great teams, but like you mentioned, two teams that have been here for a while. They're a staple of the TEC series. They have made their names known, and they could possibly be looking for that championship title. Of course, it's also week number 2, so we're relatively early in the season, still trying to pick up some of those wins against those tougher teams.
Absolutely. With that being said, guys, we are going to take a short break, though. Grab those snacks, grab those drinks, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we got more Valorant action. In the back to help out as well. Solomon here's the flank, but it's Matic who judges him down with a fierceness. Wild finds the trade. The plant goes down, and from behind with the shoddy turbo body, he hits the 12 gauge to the rib cage. Now in a 1v1. The plant is there. Omen versus Neon, and they're both on site.
I feel like you got another one of those weapons. Jumping out with the shotgun, 20 HP. Wild man. You gotta close it. You gotta look for the headshot spray. They're trying to look for each other.
Once more, the Mastodon infantry will stampede and skip. Says, I'll up, but I'll still entry, baby. 3K all day, looking for more. Make it a 4. The quadra kill is here, the real deal. Can he find the 5th?
He's gonna go pick up this rifle. That might be the smartest, but it is this ace. It's a possibility for Skip.
Now Gus rotating over, finds a nice shot. The Brim ult comes in. Gus will escape to safety here near Lance, but Nightmare pushing in with a Spectre. It's not enough. Gus holding the close angle. The flick of the wrist and the 3K. Making a quadra kill. He is on the hunt for the ace. The ace of spades, the man of death. Gus Bunny looking for the last remaining member. Limon tucked here with that Vandal. Mano a mano. Gus wants this one. Team kind of hanging back, allowing him to get in these spots. And the flick of there it is.
An early kill though, so this is gonna be a tough push.
The Sheriff putting in the work. The pressure comes in. The Euro with the consistent blinds. Bane will find one. Knows there's more there. Now another. And he's pumping heads. The 4K.
To step up. They've already found one and the spike, but do they know quarters here? They have no idea. Good guiding light forces both players into differing corners of this fence position, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
No, they're not. I miss her.
My.
Another race trying to flank from mid, but Pluto's doing a great job to play as well. And he gets the first.
Spike down, B.
Trade out through here as well.
One enemy remaining.
He's got
Ace.
a 4K, and he's looking for the ace once more. Out Mersa always rotating from an ace side. Forget. We'll see the double blast once more. Over the head. Hacko to Hacko. He pops the head, gets the bread. The 2K. My man is absolutely popping off.
That was a beautiful jump. Not done yet. Kratzer looking for even more. Oh, awkward time to pull out your rocket launcher, but looks left, gets one, looks right. And
For the Jet. on the close left corner of this, around the map, but already one from behind, a second from Alumari with the Sheriff, no less. They have short range of the Judge, long range of the Sheriff, and just deadly combinations, to say the very least. Make it 3 here for the Yoru, 4 as he tallies them up in a
pistols, so taking down the first third and fourth group into the paper, but Ant is in as well, and oh baby, there's 2. The double headshot walked into sight as well. How about 3? How about 4? A flawless round for Ant and the squad aboard.
try to re-engage, they're going to be taken out from any direction they try and swing. Will they swing? The answer is yes. Their position noted. They'll find 1 kill. A second onto Andias, having no business finding that. A lack of communication comes back to bite Winder. Will they find a third? You better believe they'll step.
Mike is down on site, and the last player for the attack side of Whisper is closed down in both house. You can get 1. Take down Bench Boy. Maybe with the Reyna ult popped, you can get something done here. When the flash goes through, he's full blinded and has to play close to know exactly where he's going to be playing.
No way.
Straight through the wall! A 1v3 now becomes a 1v1, and Pluto walking his way up towards... Now he does. He clears it out.
Early, I believe a sound cue is given over. But the fact they throw out that slow warp, oh, just swinging through it, not so conventional for random as they are typically dispatched.
You ever heard of the trend Battle Sage? That right there is a picture-perfect definition. What in the world are you doing? Solving him! Strands himself behind the box. They've somehow got a double off of it. They get a triple! They run out of bullets, but they have the ace on the table! It's... Off. The heal's starting to come out from the Sage. Shade did bring the Sage. Let's not forget about that. So the heals are going to play a big part of this. Ant has one on the flank. Not able to save their teammate, but will even up the kills. Once again, swings out. It's the Phantom at medium range to get the headshot onto Ton. And left in the 1 versus 2 is Pumpkin.
Talk about getting countered. Icy walking in, we'll try to clear out market and it'll work. There's a second player there. I'm not sure if they're all that familiar with it. The swing through, oh, the breach. Tried to throw in the aftershock, but it ended
But perfect for Spoon Anthony at Crazy Racy. It's got to be Skip. It's got to be here. The operator needs to. He's bloodthirsty. Just the shot, pulls out the Sheriff, pulls the headshot. Skip, if it is anybody, it is you. Pops the slow warp with the rifle here. Fuse, gonna be faked. Done through Skip.
Quickly, we'll see what he does. He finds one, looking for Google Deck as well. Has to dismiss out. He pops into the smoke, looking for a second here, is able to do it. Claw finds it. Spoon Anthony pops out his ultimate. He's in a 1 versus 1, and the gun's in the hands of Bane and Altoona.
One away from that 5th, and it's on orange, so I have no doubt he can pick up an orbit, get a kill. We're going to have to work smart and together.
Oh man. Oh man. Orange not able to get any info. Icy messes up his, and now it's Pluto's turn to drop his ultimate. Finds another 2, make it a 3rd if you count himself.
And we're back, still here at the TEC High School Series D1 week number 2. A great matchup in series number 1, and now we're headed off to series number 2. Hot Sauce, we talked about it before the break. 2 teams, an absolute staple of TEC, and they're going head-to-head here on Bind.
Yeah, Forest Hills, Penn Trafford, 2 schools I absolutely love. Obviously, we see some of the returning names here on both sides as well, but Forest Hills was able to take a dub in their first week. Penn Trafford, did go up against the returning champions who, I mean, they played against GACTC very, very nicely. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, they were unable to secure that dub. So I know Penn Trafford is going to be really hungry for their first win on the season.
They will be as well. I think, like we said, it's another tough matchup for them, unfortunately. But it's going to be an exciting one for sure. You talk about those returning players. You talk about players like Quarter or versus Skip, who seem like to be always the difference makers, always the ones opening up these games, getting first bloods here or there. So we'll have to see how that duel kind of goes down. But I'm more interested to see what the team compositions look like. You talk about with two consistent teams that have been playing together for a while, that have been improving. I'm excited to see what they kind of bring, what spice of life they pull in here into Bind.
I would be surprised if we didn't see Quarter on Sky. Quarter has been with TEC, I think, as long as I have as well. So Quarter typically rocks that Sky. Hello, another returning name. Google Vex has really stepped up and filled the role very nicely as well. I think we saw them on the D2 team last year, but I could be wrong. On the other side of things, Skip opping with the Sage a lot of times, but has the versatility to play anybody. Tryhard is another one of these students who I've been playing with in the off season a little bit, trying to help get a little bit better. So looking forward to see what Tryhard has to offer out here as well. But honestly, these teams are very evenly matched. Both of these teams have had a lot of success throughout TEC. So and again, I love both of these teams. So it could go either way, I feel like.
Really could. I feel like you said, they're very evenly matched. They seem to have really good results, and I think they both have the same goal. It's not like they're a new team. It's not like they're, okay, we're going to take as many wins as we can. No, they want the championship. That is their goal. They want to lift the trophy here at the end of the season. They want to go back and battle against the Greater Altoona defending champions, like you mentioned, and the way to do it is this test right here. It's like we said before the break. You either win right here and you get to learn a lot against your opponents, or you lose and you get to learn so much as well, improve throughout the season to hopefully challenge for that title at the end.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to visit all of the schools, but I have been able to visit Forest Hills. That was one of the schools that I did get to see, and Gronk, their coach. It's a lot of fun to see a teacher and a coach be so passionate about esports as well, not just Valorant, but the whole thing from Rocket League to Overwatch. So to have a teacher that's that involved and that supportive really speaks volumes for them. It's a lot of fun to see, and hopefully, all of the schools get to experience that as well.
I hope so too. I mean, it's just nice to see the passion, like you said, through everybody, through some of the teachers that may not even know, but are still here, supporting the kids. And that's what you got to do at the end of the day. So it's going to be an exciting one. I think we talked about Bind. We saw it there in that first matchup, and we're going to see it here again. Agent Select is almost ready for us, Hot Sauce, and it's time to get on into it.
Yeah, I love how we're just, we're picking a map each week, and so we're making sure the whole map pool gets through. It really helps kind of create that storyline for the TEC series here as well. So getting to dabble in a little bit of everything as we go throughout the regular season. Quarter on that Sky, as we had predicted there. But again, I'm liking a little bit of change up in comps. We do see Skip on that Raze. So that could be a first here. We've seen Skip on the Reyna and some other ones, obviously on the Sage as well. But on Raze, on Bind, my favorite map, my favorite character. Wow. So you know what I mean? And maybe Skip's listening in a little bit here.
This is actually kind of crazy. On the defensive side, we have a very, very fast-paced composition. You talk about the stim is available, and then going in with Raze and Neon. I don't know how it'll fare on the defensive side. They have that Cypher to help hold it down. On the other side, I actually see a little bit more defensive-sided composition. You see the KO, you see the KJ, two really good agents that are good at locking down sites and making sure that if you push, you are going to pay the price. But for Hot Sauce, we're starting on opposite sides, on where I feel like these compositions are going to see how good they are. So this first half is going to be so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you have the KO blinds, you have the breach blinds as well. I think we're going to see a lot of Brim action early. Brim is so good at, dropping these smokes and sitting in them with a shorty or just little different things like that as well. So it'll be interesting to see where they opt to go right now. 3 setting up defense on a little bit of a split push would appear on the offensive side of things.
Fine default to start of the game. We'll see how it goes as the pistol round gets underway, and we are into round number 1. Forest Hills, Penn Trafford, both looking to take this first round. We saw the impact of the pistol round in the previous one. If you get the pistol round, you can start your game off very well, and you can hopefully snowball it in. But Skip, he's got the paint shells in hand, throwing, and that's going to do a ton of damage to those sitting in the corner. They actually avoid it just barely, but Skip, oh, you can't avoid the headshots from in. Sees the gun, corner's taken down, and it's a 2-for-1. However, the teleport is coming through from behind. This Neon is going quick and going right into the hands of their opponent. It's no trade there, not Tryhard taken down as well, but the collapse comes through, and barely in a feisty round, it'll be Penn Trafford on the board first.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw Tryhard looking to pick up that ghost, kind of got caught in the middle of the weapon swap and falls to the wayside. So with that, Penn Trafford able to take round 1. And again, you know, unfortunately, they lost their first game against that returning champion. Forest Hills was able to win their first game. So if Penn Trafford can find a way to win this series, they'll be tied up in the regular season here with Forest Hills.
It feels so good to be 1-1, but also as well, we're starting to see what this defensive composition wants to do. Corridor is going to go for these crazy fast flank plays. If you are not ready for them, you can get punished early. This time, it's going to be a lot slower from the offensive side. They don't need to rush in. They don't need to walk into the disadvantaged guns on the other side with those advantaged angles. As long as they play it slow, they have the best weaponry here.
Yeah, the dog unfortunately doesn't find robotics to strip here as well. That is going to bring Skip back towards the B site as well. And honestly, with a little quicker push, they might have been find a way to find the site with ease, but unfortunately allowing the rotation to come in. Now we're about to see a 4v4. Google Vex is able to find one. Quarter gets another, however. Through the smoke, though. Toast and the right click we trust. We'll find one lurking around the site. Looking for more, but Quarter with a Spectre. They have the weapons, and they're dropping bodies.
Down to Skip. The flash is going to come through. Flashes themselves, but Johnny does have the better weaponry to get the job done. Expected round take there, although they did get a little bit low on the HP bars. They are able to take the round. Penn Trafford on a double, but like we talked about, Hot Sauce, this is just the usual flow of Valorant. You get the first round, you get the second round right on after, almost as a guarantee, and that third round usually goes over to the opponents because you can see only some light shields and only some Spectres to work with.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely to be expected. They were able to get at least one kill, which you always want at least one. Ideally, you hope to get at least two, just to kind of put a little bit of a damper on that economy, but still stacked on the B site. Now the pressure mounting toward A. Skip onto the one-way, has spotted one, the spray, and will pop the leer as well. The Roomba looking to go Boomba, dashing back toward bathrooms. Quarter looking around here as well, and once more, Forest Hills looking to get set up for the defensive stop.
Slow start once again, but this could go very, very quickly. There are 3 players sitting here in defense. As well as Molly's trying to clear it out, but Skip, again, this side angle, just able to headshot away one, trying to put it on through Satchel for some extra little bit of damage, and not Tryhard has cleaned up a second. The blind is going to go through. Skip has taken down another, and these paint shells dropped right over the box. Johnny is going to be taken out super low, forced on out, and absolutely clean and concise retake there from the Forest Hills offense.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely what you want if you're Forest Hills, right? Obviously, you lose the first round. You're expected to lose the second round. That happens as well. But to come out in your forced buy round here, not to lose a single member, a flawless victory, if you will. And so, again, that's exactly what you need to do to start to turn things around. In a game like Valorant, there are 3- and 4-round runs, so you never want to let someone get too far ahead. Forest Hills right now doing a good job of reeling this one back in.
Most important thing, they'll be able to take some of these rifles that they bought for themselves in the previous round in towards this 4th round, which, like you said, could be an absolutely pivotal point. If Forest Hills can take this one, they can destroy the economy of Penn Trafford. See how it goes, though. It really seems like Penn Trafford, once again, this composition is more defense-oriented. They have to play a little bit slower. The Sky and the Reyna are their 2 big tools that you feel like they can use to try and break into these sites. At the same time, you can see these side angles. It is so hard to break through all of that Cypher utility. And look at this even. It's going to be a rotate around from Toastus to try and shut down this offense at the start.
Too late. Oh, and Toast with a beautiful shot here with a Phantom. Able to find one on the jiggle. Has spotted Hello as well. The Rolling Thunder. Or no, excuse me. Didn't quite have the ult yet, but Now to the back of the site. Corridor tucked in. Only 10 health here for Corridor as well. 3-4 now heading toward Hookah as well. Not looking to rotate, it would appear.
Ooh. I'm looking to rotate. They're going to take an extra death on the backside as well. You talk about the low HP bar. It doesn't matter as much, though, because, again, the angles are there. All of the traffic just closing off. It's a red light for you right now to go through all of that Cypher utility, and the collapse is so much available. If you go through the teleport, they're going to be right and available waiting, and you see all that utility. It is forced down the clock. 30 seconds and now less. You have to go quickly, and Hot Sauce, I just don't think they have enough time.
Yeah, 20 seconds is not a lot of time. It only takes 4 to plant, so if they can stampede on here, find the kill onto Raze, they very well could get the plant down, and with that, they should. Google
10
Vex
seconds
finds
left.
the pick, 10 on the clock, 1 to plant, and they'll get it with a few to spare.
Spike
Still,
planted.
low HP on the Neon here. Not Tryhard is going to be suppressed, but Corridor doesn't matter the HP. Able to pick up the headshot. Now, here's the ultimate. Or excuse me, not the ultimate. Just going to throw up the wall here. Not Tryhard waiting and watching, looking for the headshots. And he's got the single tap master. And it is going to be 2 straight kills for the defuse.
That is what we want to see from Tryhard and that Guardian. We've been putting in work in the offseason. You love to see it pay off. It's been a lot of fun playing with these students here during the offseason, but watching them grow and just get better over time, it's a happy little dad moment, I think.
Absolutely is. Just getting better and getting better. Nice retake, by the way. I gotta say, like you mentioned, they had that timing absolutely perfect. However, the space was retaken beautifully. Corridor doing a good job to make sure they got a kill there at the end. So back-to-back 2 rounds for both sides. Unfortunately, that does mean we talked about the economy for Penn Trafford. It is going to be a little bit weak here. They've got that 1 hero single tapper from Corridor. They've also got some sheriffs. I didn't know the town was big enough for 3 sheriffs, but they got some light shields to help them out as well.
Well, when the dust settles, it might not be big enough for 3 sheriffs. We'll see who falls here, as neither member has been put to the ground just yet. A little bit of damage being thrown both ways here for the Reyna and the Raze. Shots firing through the bathroom as well. Just kind of making sure no one is resting up top in that quarter. As we see Thrasher dropping some more smokes, trying to find a way onto site. They really haven't rotated too much, though, so I think that's why we're right now seeing Forest Hills stay put.
Holding on to it right now. We'll see. It's going to be a double from Skip to cut in that entranceway. Was looking left. Unfortunately, that does mean the Sheriff is going to be able to pick up the offense a rifle. There's going to be the wall once again. Corridor just trying to cut off that vision angle. Seeing the shoulder here. Thrasher was the one to pick up that advanced weaponry, but it won't be enough. Corridor has now cut it down to 2 opposing players, and you look at the health bars. Both of them are going to be just absolutely 1 tap, and it's down to just 1 tap for both of the defending players to take that round down. 3 rounds in a row now for Forest Hills.
No, that's the way Valorant goes. We talked about it. You know, you get those 3 and 4 round runs that swing in your favor, and you know, now Penn Trafford has the money again. They're able to buy back into this, so they have to play smart here with these rifles in hand and look to tie this one up. But we knew it was going to be a close series. Neither of these teams certainly disappointing.
Close so far. I'm excited to see if these ultimates from Penn Trafford can get a use at the early part of this half. If they can get another one of those at the back half, like you're mentioning, that is the goal you want to have. You have the Seekers, you have the Empress. These are 2 tools you can use to get in the site, and Toast looking to try and stop any entrance to the site here in Belong. However, there is 4 players pushing the site behind him. The collapse could come through, and that it will. Corridor's going to try and hide themselves in the smoke, but it won't work. It's 2 immediate kills there, and the collapse from behind. Johnny able to at least trade one, and Google Vex is here. The Empress is popped to 2v2 with the healing available, and Skip is taking one down. The Google Vex, it's a 1v2 with the ultimate pop, but they need to clutch up.
Yeah, the paint shell's coming in perfectly to stop that plant as well. You can hear Skip just looking for a little intel, trying to create a confusion, maybe to get Google to pop an audio cube. Google has worked their way back to elbow. They fly hard, holding the angle, sends them packing.
Got the reaction time to match, and the 4th round in a row here for Forest Hills. They said we'll give you the pistol, but we will play this composition very well with the Cypher, with the Rays, just holding down these sites. And once again, it's just these collapsing plays. When you're only a single dimension offense, when you push one way, it's so hard to actually get pressure on the site. There's so many different angles to watch, which is why I liked what Google Vex was doing. However, maybe like a 3-2 split next time could work a little bit better. We'll have to see if Penn Trafford can recover in this round with a half buy.
Well, we'll see Skip tucked onto the site here, being patient once more. Of course, these smokes here from Tryhard doing a good job of really slowing down the pace of the game here, not allowing them to push with these. We'll see Google Vex jump on out, go to the portal as well toward Hookah. We saw Neon initially starting to rotate, but we'll just slow down here on the B site. And with that, the squids will come out, and they are searching.
They are looking for a possible target. It's going to be a rifle, here, but better. Robotics Master has got that operator, cutting him down, and here is the showstopper. Skip gonna try and stop the show, pushing their way on in. Corridor taking one down there on the backside, but Skip gets no value out of the ultimate. However, the utility is perfect. Not Tryhard is pushing, but Corridor is taking Tryhard down to 1 HP, 3v2. The health bar is in absolute shambles, though. Corridor is gonna try and clear out with 40 seconds left.
Now both Neon and Brim just skating by skin of their teeth here.
30 seconds left.
And the camera will be spotted as well. We hear the rotation coming in through Hookah as the portal wings hit. Has to get through traps here though, and Quarter will drop down. Able to sneak on by this one. Robotics looking to peek out. The ult comes in, but it's a hair too late. He spots him.
Spike planted.
But it's not enough. And the second one barely misses as well. Johnny has no health. Has a little help here from Quarter. Not sure if the healing has already been used though, unfortunately.
Still the highest HP in this round and will get a trade. The Neural Theft gonna try and find the location of the last player. Quarter in some trouble. The reload is gonna go on through, but has the rifle and takes Robotics down. 10 HP. It's a clutch up on the half buy. What a round to win. What a walkthrough. And the rifle pickup is just enough to win them the round.
Yeah, a huge play by Quarter. Again, Quarter has been here since the beginning of time with us at TEC, and we've really seen them continuously grow and develop as a player. You know, we used to see him play with M&A and some others, but Quarter just, you know, doing what Quarter does. It's a player that you can count on in those clutch, tough situations.
Counts on them. They're going to stop the rounds racking on up, and especially off of a half buy, a slight eco there. They're able to get the job done. You'll love to see it, and they pulled out the showstopper. So a really great round here. A lot of the tools that we were talking about in the previous round there for Forest Hill is not going to be there. However, they do have two of their ultimates. They're playing this nice Cypher tripwire utility on towards window once again, and the rotation from Toast could cut down a couple of players here too.
Right here.
We'll see if Toast can find that rotation right now. Quarter and crew being patient over here at the A and just kind of, you know, making sure that no one's working out. Oh my! Speaking of looking, Thrasher will catch the top of the head of Corridor, but
last player
ready to
standing.
be done. Finds not one, but two, and now the triple kill as Toast with the Odin lays waste to everything standing in front of him.
A great response round here. We'll see if Quarter can get anything done here with this operator. Of course, would probably love to save it. You see the spike. It's just way too far forward to try and push it. But you do have the operator. They are double peeking you right now. And here's the shoulder. Can't connect. Toast gets a quadra kill there. You talk about the quick rotations. Once again, recognizing, okay, you're going to throw at us a single dimension offense. You're going to throw it in one single place. We'll just walk behind you and take everybody else down.
And that's exactly what he did. I mean, and with that Odin too, we talk about, you know, the physicality of the game. We talk about the mentality of the game. The Odin is one of those weapons that can get in the head of your opponents. And well, I mean, that's kind of why I love it.
I love it for sure as well. A great weapon there, and Toast is going to have it in this round. Unfortunately, you talk about the weapons. They're not going to be there too much for Penn Trafford in this next one. Operator, once again, watching from that high ground angle. Skip has shown their proficiency on it before, but this time it's B-Long. The dog is going to connect on Toast, and not actually taken down, is going to be able to pop out some extra utility. The flash is huge, and the spray transfer is better. Toast has got a double and looking for the third down here, baiting the ultimate orb to tell their opponent to walk forward. Toast is doing so much on this side angle, all the while their two teammates holding down the B site.
Yeah, I mean, Breach is one of those characters who's so good. Unfortunately, he's kind of hard to play, and you don't see people that comfortable, you know, playing him, but certainly doing a great job here using that fault line, the plethora of blinds that you get to continuously keep your opponent's retinas just ingrained with the sun's DNA as you're permanently blind. So doing a great job here is Toast, really holding this down.
Doing a good job. I will say this was an eco round here for Penn Trafford, so didn't expect too much, and Skip is not going to connect on that operator shot. Has a second one, just throwing him out. It's going to be Robotics Master. Takes some damage, but takes the 3K of their own. Once again, this tripwire providing so many problems to allow Penn Trafford to not get through that window area. It's so tough to push through, and now it's 6 out of the last 7 rounds won by Forest Hills.
Yeah, I mean, we saw kind of something similar in the previous series, right, as well. I mean, we saw the team come out and get those first 2 rounds, and then after that, they really turned things around. Forest Hills doing something similar. Penn Trafford has been able to grab another round in the mix, though, at 6-3. And again, we talked about how it is a little bit more of a defensive side of map. So honestly, 6-3 is not bad. Ideally, if you're on that offensive, you'd like to get at least 4 rounds, and any more than that is going to be beneficial.
Very true. And I'd also like to say, you got the KJ, you got yourself prepared for the defensive side. So depending on how you can use these, it's Skip just doesn't miss, man. This operator connects in the one-way smoke, which is going down here soon. Every single place they try and push has saved this operator. And Google Fex says, you know what, you can take the Odin. Well, I can too. Has got one here in showers, has got the blind to put it up towards the high ground. It is going to be that Roomba denied. Seeing that head and seeing them get them dead. It's now 2 down, 3v4, pushing onto the site. This could be your angle to plan. Now Triard is suppressed as well.
Yeah, I love this plan here from Google Vex. He says, I can Odin too. I can get in your head. I can be a nuisance. Google Vex certainly doing just that, finding the triple. Not only being a nuisance, but getting Toast first as well. Robotics on a long lurking flank, though, is going to find Johnny. Corridor gets hello as well, and just like that, Forest Hills able to bring it back.
You love the round start for Penn Trafford. They get site control. They find a way to deal with this operator and the Odin. However, it's these flanking plays once again that Forest Hills, it's been their MO for their entirety of the TEC series. They always love to get behind and always love to get those pincer plays. It works out perfectly. Not only does Robotics get the first, but forces the other player to take a look back towards spawn. It's going to be another round here going towards the way of Forest Hills, and they've got the weapon advantage once again.
I'll show them.
You know, I would like to see maybe that Killjoy turret just holding a flank for that reason. You have that on the other side of things with that Cypher, but you have the ability to do that with KJ as well. So sometimes that turret, you know, you don't need it to press that site. You just use it to hold that flank. Those paint shells coming in, though, will pad just a little bit of damage, but the heal from Quarter there is enough to get him back on top. Skip, though, through the smoke, channeling his inner Stewie 2K, feeling fearless. Quarter trying to clear the angle. Robotics will find one. Johnny gets the trade. The player advantage still favoring Forest Hills.
For now, until they take down Skip through the teleporter walls, it's 3v3. Corey are going to try and work their way back on the site, and Toast is broken, is going to take down Johnny right in an immediate trade. Everybody's jumping, stunned of here. Toast working their way forward off their own ultimate. They know where you're hiding a hello, and you cannot hide from the Toastmaster. 3K for them, and the 8th round in this half for Forest Hills.
No point saving.
Toast is broken, certainly broken at the moment. 15-6-5, putting on an absolute showcase. 10-5. We talk about Skip. We know Skip has skill, but that's the great thing about Forest Hills is any given day, any of these members can pop off. They certainly have a lot of talent out here on the field, and well, they're utilizing it to a T at the moment. One more round before halftime, and Well, if Tim Trafford could find a way to steal this round away, they could be sitting pretty with a little momentum heading into the second half.
Definitely could. It's going to start with the Empress. They don't have the greatest weapons because they did kind of half bind to that last round, forcing, hoping they would get the win. This time, 2 light shields and maybe not the greatest weaponry to work with. If they can get a couple picks, though, if they could get a couple upgraded weapons, it could be huge. This Empress, though, is already probably down to half and below half, starting to run out of time. Again, you need to get a kill to refresh that timer. You have the KJ ultimate as well. This is the last round before the half, and you got to go quick here.
Yeah, Toast able to find one. Hello does get the trade, however, the Empress will dissipate, and with that, we see the KJ ult coming into play as well. Google trying to make their way to the back. Well, the spray able to find one. Skip does get one on the trade. 2.5 seconds and ticking, though, toward that Killjoy ult. Nobody will be detained or found just yet. A 3v3 Skip back out of bathrooms has been spotted. One up top in heaven. That's going to be Robotics who finds Johnny. 10 seconds to find the revive.
One enemy remaining.
Master is pumping heads and getting bread.
Once again, these huge collapse plays, and they say, okay, we don't even need our abilities. We don't care that we are suppressed. We got the gunshots. We got the aim to match. 9-3 is going to be the scoreline after the first half, but we kind of mentioned it, Hot Sauce, that these compositions very, very good on their opposite side. So in the second half, we'll see how the KJ does. We'll see how the KO does to try and provide that defense. However, here on the defensive side, yes, it is a defensive-sided map, but you cannot lose this pistol round. If you lose this pistol round, it is almost certainly map over.
Yeah, I would have to agree. The comp is a little more favoring, but at this point, it's 9-3. A lot of rounds have been given, so you really can't afford to lose the pistol round. And, of course, if you win that pistol round, you absolutely have to win that second round as well. So, luckily for Forest Hills, they've really kind of put themselves in the driver's seat at the moment. We'll see if Tim Trafford is able to battle back here. Of course, the utility keeping him at bay for a little bit here, and we'll see that rotation come in early.
That's what we were talking about. KJ really good at locking it down. All of those grenades going to be doing so much damage. Spike is going to be planted right on the edge of that zone. Early trades between Google Vex and Skip are going to be nice. However, that does mean that Google Vex is still in. With that ability to heal through these rounds, can be very strong, and Google Vex will get one, but traded immediately. Trade still coming through. Hello is looking towards the box with Quarter, and a 3v1. Do they fake? No, because they're pros. They're going to wait and hold on to it. Teammate Quarter will get the triple, and it will be a round that Penn Trafford needed towards their way.
Yeah, beautiful round by Penn Trafford, only losing 2 members as well, and they executed very nicely here onto site. They were using that utility to a T, and it's not just about using your utility, but it's about using it together as a team cohesively. Certainly doing that, allowing them to pressure in, find the plant, and the dub, but they got a lot of work ahead of them, so they got to keep this momentum rolling.
Go, go, go!
Keep the momentum rolling and flowing here in round number 2. You talked about how important not only that first round was, but this second round as well. If they can get it, they are basically right back in this game. They are right there to battle back. We'll have to see, though. It's once again all this KJ utility placed towards the A site. It's going to be tough to walk through, and Google Vex, with that advanced weaponry, will be able to take down Robotics Master.
Yeah, nice shot there. Toast is going to find one now on that trade here to even things back up. Skip with the share, pressuring in. The sprays come through the wall. The pre-fire done nicely here by Tryhard and puts a plethora of damage onto Skip. 19 health remaining. Toast will find a trade in the mix as Thrasher gets one as well. One tucked in short, one in bathrooms here, and that's going to be Tryhard. The stuff from the side, and Skip shoots from the hip before dipping in the whip. My man looking dangerous and dirty out here.
This rotate. It's all smoke once again. It's just pressure from Corridor over towards that B site. They've got it fully. Skip is going to push out as well into spawn. He's got 19 health. Not enough to take the duel. 2v2 here on the secondary eco round in this half. We're seeing the advanced little bit of weaponry go towards not Tryhard from that pickup. We'll have to see that spike planted. It's not really a health advantage either. Both sides have injured players. Both sides have 2 players, and both sides are going to have a chance to trade. Corridor will take the first. Corridor will take the second. Down to a 1v1. Spectre v Spectre. Whose is better? The stun is there, but Corridor back-to-back 3Ks.
What a crazy round indeed. And I mean, Tryhard doing nice there with the crew as well, pressuring on the site, had the Spectre, but in the right click we trust, and Cardor able to find the kill. The 1v1 quarter coming out on top for their team is absolutely huge, but then you also got to look at the damage that was done. 4 members lost in that round. It begins to chip away at the economy, and a lot of times we see him play that bonus in round 3, but I think when you're down this much, I think Penn Trafford might opt to just go ahead and force into this, see if they can clutch up that round and continue that momentum forward.
Looks like they're going to have a couple of shields and maybe an SMG to work with, but not wanting to invest too much in this round. I think they have a couple tools. They have the Seekers if they really want to see where their opponents are coming from. They also have this Molly that can hopefully stop some of the push. However, Skip is just flying right on in. Can the trade come through? He's got the shotgun and will get a double. Beautiful shots there. Unfortunately, won't take the third. Google Vex is going to be healing up. And picked up the Judge as well on a dangerous close angle here. And Lamps will be stunned up, but not before they can get a shot on to not try hard. Toast has got the headshot to match and a 3v2 with the bomb down.
Oh my, shots ringing out through the blind corner, somehow able to stay alive.
Last player standing.
Well, unfortunately, Toast will be doing the judging himself with a shot to the head. He puts it in the dome and sends it home.
I'm out of here.
And Cardor finds one more on the Johnny. And just like that, the attackers get around that they need. We knew they were forcing into this. We saw the bonus round. And honestly, I mean, Penn Trafford was able to get a lot of kills off of not much, weaponry as far as spending that cash on it. So the economy's still in a good position here. Should be able to force into these rifles. It's going to be a very, very important round here for Penn Trafford.
They did a good job. Like you said, didn't invest too heavily there. Were able to pick up a lot of kills in that round. So now it is double digits for the side of Forest Hills. However, at the same time, you got the weaponry to match. You got 2 shotguns up and available on some of these close angles. And more importantly, how do you close out this round? KJ Utility once again pressured towards that A site with 3 players stacked towards the B site. It means the defense could be good. And they've got one of those big LMGs. You talked about it before. Can definitely start to disrupt that offense. And first contact is going to come through here while all 5 players walk in, but this could be an absolute massacre. Corridor is waiting, Google Vex is waiting with their perfect angles, and the shotguns from Skip won't do enough. 3v2, the spike is down, re-picked up, and not Tryhard has some extra little bit of resistance here.
Yeah, we'll update the plan. Google Vex not biting just yet.
One
About
enemy
to
remaining.
dissipate. Tryhard finds
Spike
themselves in a
down, B.
world of hurt, caught in between a smorgasbord of bullets here, but with that, the rotation coming back toward the site. They have the spike here. Neon, the lone member. Cardor, we've seen Cardor kind of do some crazy plays, but it's going to be tough in a 3v1.
Get this first one. You can take the Google Vex. You see the shoulder, but unfortunately the box is not going to give you enough protection on that one. Google Vex able to get a 3K in that round. I think Google Vex was so pivotal. We saw that side angle. Instead of pushing through window, they walked right into the line of fire of Google Vex, who now has that Empress charged on up. You talk about the weaponry. It's kind of a half buy in this next one for Forest Hills because they need to start to recover here. Penn Trafford is racking up some rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford needs to make sure they capitalize on these rounds that, at least on paper, are a little bit more favored for them. Google Vex now the Odin as well, and just being a nuisance over here thus far. Right now, though, most of the pressure appears to be mounting toward Hookah.
Pressure going that way. KJ Utility once again on A with 3 players stacked, so this actually could be a great round for Forest Hills. They're going to run in with a wall. It's going to give them a little bit of extra protection, and with these extra stuns, hopefully taking down Johnny first. Yes, they will. Toast, though, going to be able to take one down, but it is Quarter with the trade, so they will be able to stun up Quarter for just a little bit and be able to take him down. However, Joe's taken down to 40 HP, and another trade going through from Google Vex. The collapse, the KJ still sticking over towards A, and the plant is yet to be down yet.
Yeah, from the fault line on the back of the site on the Johnny to the Rolling Thunder, a Quarter. Now the Flash Toast is broken, is just absolutely utilizing this breach to a near perfect T. And again, allowing them to find that pressure, finding the 3K. The rotation comes in now as well. Has that Skip up into heaven, and I think a Hello has an idea, but I don't think they know a Hello is lurking here.
I think so either. However, the spike is down and planted in actually a really good spot here for the attacking side. We'll see the rotation's back, kind of playing opposite sides of the map here. That turret is going to sense out Toast, who's taken down to 40 HP. It's Skip is still relatively healthy here in this round and has some good angles up towards the height, but Hello has a judge, has that shotgun that can do so much damage. The stun is going to come through. Hello with the shotgun now, but it's going to be the showstopper from Skip, but Hello is the real one stopping the show. They'll get the kill with the shotgun, and they'll defuse this spike easy.
Yeah, the show didn't stop with that showstopper. Hello, giving Skip a taste of their own medicine. He said, I'll be the judge and the jury. As he sends them packing here now, 10-7, Penn Trafford. And this is why you can't get discouraged in a game like that. There are so many crazy runs. The 9-3 curse is a real thing because these maps tend to be defensive-sided in that manner. So a great job by Penn Trafford not allowing it to affect their mental, battling back into this one now, just 3 rounds away and starting to get a foothold onto the economy.
Boss coming back.
Very close to starting to swing this map on back. You talk about the economy, it's just going to be 1 shotgun and a couple of rifles, and LMG as well for the offensive side. But they're having a lot of trouble finding the ways to break through this KJ utility. It's just like last game where that Cypher was able to fully hold down one site. This time it's actually a 4-1 split from the defense. The spike is actually more default. It's over towards the B site. This could all be just noise. Toast tries to walk in. Thrasher gets a kill, but this could open up the B site if they're smart.
Beacon down.
A beautiful job by Thrasher as well. We see Skip will collect with that blast pack, but a great job by
One enemy remaining.
to be patient.
Spike down B.
Got to check your angles, ladies and gentlemen, and Quarter's going to show you exactly why. Forget the quarter. He got the 50 cent on that one. The 2-piece brings it home. 10-8, only down by 2.
Oh, man. Look left. Quarter's just got the patience of a madman, though. I could never. I'd be spraying. I'd be missing every single bullet on that plant. Either way, a great round, great patience, and I actually like the idea, though, from Forest Hills. You send a couple players over towards A, you make some smoke, you make some noise over here, but the fire is actually going down at B. If that angle isn't there from Quarter, it could have been a scary round, so we'll see if they can play a little bit more default here once again. Unfortunately, this time they've got some light shields and not the fullest buy they would have wanted.
You know, patience is a huge virtue, and that is 10 times over true for a game like Valorant. For Quarter to have that patience, to not rotate, even though all of that action was going down on the A site, is just, it's a showcase to a veteran that is Quarter. A great job by Quarter there again. And now Forest Hills slowing things down a bit. I think this is a wise decision. We haven't seen a lot of rotations, and they're struggling to get these early picks that they were getting. So slowing things down a little bit, see if they can change things up. Always a good decision, especially when you're kind of on an eco round playing around this hero rifle.
Without Toast this round, they do have a couple of hero rifles and hopefully can make something happen, but Google Vex is once again just lying in wait. The patience is there. However, Corridor taken out of the ultimate, can't get any value out of it. Trades back and forth with the ghost from Not Try Hard. And it's going to be a rifle and a ghost left in their hands. The good news is they do have the spike. They are going to be walking into some KJ utility if they hit this rotate over to A. I think they can get this plant down, which could be huge in this kind of half eco round.
Yeah, the plant should go down here as well. They have the player advantage. I don't want to see Hello get too crazy just yet. You have your teammates rotating into position, about to go head to head into Lamps here, though. Could be Cypher. And again, a good job by Hello, keeping that patience. Here comes the bird as well. That's going to give the extra intel. They know there's one lurking about. The bird's coming out in full action, but it's robotic. The neural theft will give them all the information they need.
Last
and
player
just like
standing.
that, they begin to turn the round around. But Hello says, hello, hi, I'm here. He'll take the kill and fall down to try hard.
In the ultimate, but not able to get down the long angle. Hello will clean it up with a headshot. I was gonna say, as soon as you take that one kill, you got 2 ultimates in your back pocket if you are Forest Hills. However, at the same time, it is Google Vex having an absolute pop-off game. Now over 20 kills for themselves, and they've almost tied up this game just in general. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, 10-9. I mean, Hot Sauce, this was a 9-3 game at half.
It just goes to show you how one-sided these halves can be, and you know how important it is to not let numbers affect your mentality. 9-3 is tough to look at, but you know Penn Trafford did a good job at focusing on what's ahead of them, taking it one round at a time, and now they're just one round away from tying it up. Google Vex with the Odin looking outside a bathroom, is about to run into 3. Skip could be one of them. Try hard here is, whoa, and Skip, who comes away with a big pick to start off the round.
That could have been dangerous. That absolutely could have. If Skip did not hit that headshot, it could have been 3 players dropping from the side of Forest Hills. Now we'll see the push, though. They still have to walk into this KJ utility. Google Vex is down, but Quarter is going to be able to get a trade right on back, making it a 3v4. The spike is down, however, and here are those double ultimates coming on through. Quarter takes another, and that means the push. They took so much space off those ultimates, and Quarter on a triple. The round has suddenly fallen apart, and not Tryhard has to hide in the corner. But you can't hide from Thrasher. He's got the headshot, and 10 is going to be the double-digit number for Penn Trafford.
I thought that Forest Hills was about to take that round. They started it off nicely, but what a retake from Penn Trafford. And again, they had been holding on to those ults apparently to the perfect time, from the brim to the squids coming out. And again, just a great job by Penn Trafford to secure that round. Now all tied up, and again, the economy is still there, but it's barely there for Forest Hills. And after this bye, they'll find themselves in a bit of trouble.
On by a thread, they at least have that nice loss bonus to keep them afloat. Unfortunately, you've invested your rounds as a form of currency. You do not have any left. This is a 10-10 game. Overtime could be on the horizon if you could take a quick round, but Google Vex got the operator, goes into the invulnerability, and I don't think they're done. They'll take the TP to get out of dodge absolutely quickly, but the contact is not done. Here to be long, Johnny just cleaning it up. 1-for-1 Quarter, at least able to get that trade on back. If they can rush quickly, I was gonna say Quarter's the only one here, but you gotta remember it's Quarter. Quarter absolutely insane on the shots. Will make it a 4v2, dropping the dog as well to clear out every single angle. They know where Quarter is. They know where this possible spike could be coming down. They're gonna hit the flash, and they're gonna escape through the teleporter barely. A push through the A site could result in a 2v1.
Yeah, they heard that portal, so I mean, obviously they don't know Skip had been lurking around, but this is only going to make that rotation a bit easier for Penn Trafford. And with that, Skip will find the plant. The rest of the crew, they have a 4v2 retake here as well, so they certainly need to play together. But Cardor, lurking outside of that portal, will find the first pick. Skip only has 4 health. The showrunner once more, and he's able to find the trade. Is it going to be enough to help the team?
Quarter has to 1v2. Operator on one player. Sighting down. There's the first. Quarter, it's a must clutch situation, but you have the spike timing. You have that ability to just wait, watch, and see the shoulder. Not seeing the KJ, though. It's going to be up to half the spike. Ticking up towards that second level. Running out of time. Quarter just playing their time absolutely perfectly. Going for the speed. It's up towards almost there, but the clutch from Quarter. 4K, baby.
Get ready.
Cardor coming up big. I'd love to hear the room of Forest Hills right now. They have to be screaming and patting this man on the back, and he is just a couple rounds away from getting a big ice cream cone, I would hope. The crew doing it once again, and what an absolute banger of a series we have here on Vine Llama.
Oh, so much back and forth and around that Forest Hills absolutely needed. They are going to be 2 rounds away from the victory. They can taste it. However, they're going to have to work through an operator and Thrasher here through the A side. It's not going to be a fun one, but Skip, can you win the duel? Google Vex has got the first, going to the end vulnerability. It's going to be the KJ locking down the site, pushing them out, saying you will not advance for the Empress as well to try and deny the site, using some of these ultimates to try and get their 11th round. The rotate is going to be.
Google Vex able to sneak in, finds the 3K as well, and that is a
1 enemy remaining.
Oh,
Spike down B.
he has the 4K. Find that he does. Google Vex is not perplexed. He makes it look easy.
Ooh, don't miss those. Flawless ace round. What an amazing back and forth. We talked about these teams. We talked about their storied history, and now we get to see it. 11-11. Both teams 2 wins away from getting the entire map win. However, if we get to 12-12, we get to go to overtime, and things get even more spicy. We'll see how Forest Hills tries to approach this next offensive side. You're seeing Hot Sauce. They don't have the money. They need to save for this next round, and it's a round that Penn Trafford need right here, right now.
Yeah, what an absolute treat. If I would have said we were watching a championship game in week 2, I would have been baffled, but I feel like I'm watching an absolute championship game here, tied up 11-11. The economy not there. Forest Hills looking to write their Cinderella story here in these last few moments as they had a 9-3 lead that is now flip-flopped, and Google Vex has been a big part of this, so off to swap the op and go with the Vandal as they rotate around. The spike will be spotted here, though, as Johnny finds the first pick.
Gets the first pick, doesn't find another, and that spike does escape safely through that A window area. It is going to be Cardor trying to stick around, maybe make some noise, and maybe get a pick here or there, but is just going to teleport out of danger. It's going to get actually caught on the teleport. Either way, we'll be watching their backside with this classic. Again, not too many weapons available, but if you can get just one pick, if you can get just one kill here, all of a sudden it changes. The rotation has brought the defense back over towards the A site. Some turrets and some other utility blocking off as well, but they're going to re-rotate back to B.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go a little quicker out toward B here, though. There's only 30 seconds left, and with this, they really kind of allowed a lot of time to tick by, able to get into position. Is Quarter not quite able to find the kill, but we'll pepper in a little bit of damage toward Hookah with that, though. Tryhard onto the site, will find the point. The rest of the crew rotating into position here, and now Skip finding a huge pick with the Marshall nonetheless. Thrasher finds the trade. Caldor looking to make it a little bit tougher for the crew.
RB3 is still doable even with these softer weapons. Corridor and Co, though, they're going to clear out absolutely everything. Walking forward, it's a headshot. The defuse is already going through. And Corridor's got absolutely crisp, man.
It is crazy how fast these rounds are going back and forth, and A side, B side, A side, and then somehow Penn Trafford still has 4 members standing. We knew the economy of the buy wasn't the best for Forest Hills. We saw him sneak out a Marshall kill as well out of Skip there. 21-18 for Skip, 24-17 for Toast. On the other side of things, though, 27-17 for Google Vex, Quarter 24-15. Both of these teams fighting tooth and nail here tonight, and I absolutely love it. We are currently sitting at match point, Llama. Penn Trafford has the ability to close it out. Forest Hills looking to take it to overtime.
Google Vex, starts the round with an operator shot like you mentioned. This could be it. Skip is going to take them down. It is a win. Go to overtime for Forest Hills. You lose, and the map is over. Thrasher and Co are going to try and stop them in their tracks, but the spike has been picked up. And ultimate is going to be available. The neural theft died in the pockets of the Cypher, but it's another HP trade. HP bars drained on both sides, but neither player falls. 4v4 with still a ton of time left here for the offensive side. They don't have to go super fast, but they have to win this round. It's massive that they get the ultimate orb there. They're going to have another big ultimate on the table, but where do they decide to push? Do they decide to rotate, or do they try to force their hand here in the A site?
Yeah, Thrasher was able to get back to Quarter as well, and so from being next to about 4 health to full health again, those heals have been a huge game changer here, especially in the second half of things. Now in a 4v2 without Skip as well, all down to Tryhard and Cardor. The rotation has come in. They should beat them here to the site as well, and
30 seconds left.
But in a 4v2, it's going to be incredibly tough for Llama.
Gonna be a rough one. You've got the ultimate. We're not Tryhard. You have to waste as much time as possible. Corridor is gonna pop the ultimate. Sees everybody. There's the first. Delaying for even more time. This could be the round that sends you to overtime. Slowing it down for just a little bit more. Has a ton more ammo on the finger guns up and available, but will slowly run out of time here. How do they push it with the operator diving into the back line? The turret is gonna do some damage. Corridor down some shield, but we have to remember not Tryhard and their ultimate. How far does it go? The headshot, and here is one. Use up to half, but the kills are there! 3K from Corridor and not Tryhard. They clutch up the round. Hot sauce, we're going to overtime.
Cardor coming up huge in the ult. Tryhard having the ult as well, knowing they can't find the defusal. Sitting in good positioning, not giving any cues away as to they are sitting there in long B, able to find that pick as well. And just a great job by Forest Hills. Penn Trafford looking like they should have closed that round out, the 4v2 situation, but at the end of the day, Forest Hills shows you why they deserve to be here. They are not ready to be done yet. All 10 of these students fighting it out tooth and nail until it's over. You absolutely love to see it.
Now
Together.
we're in overtime. You gotta win 2 rounds straight, 1 on offense and 1 on defense, or we continue the
Fully
overtimes. Every agent will start 3 ultimate orbs away from their ultimate. Google Vex is going to start with a little bit of first contact down B long, and most importantly here, we switch sides once again. Force Tills is going to start on the defense here. This composition with the Cypher so hard to break in through. We'll see if they can hold down the offense of Penn Trafford.
Penn Trafford right now being slow and methodical. They show a little action at Long B, now back through Hookah. Currently, though, 3 resting on that B site here for Forest Hills, so they might have anticipated this one nicely, but we do see KJ kind of flirting around that A site. Potential rotation could come in here. Quarter looking for a big spot skip, but Skip finds Quarter, and now the Juggernaut is down.
Skip might be down, but the rest of the team is not just yet. They've got 4 players pushing heavily into this window area. Unfortunately, this is where they faced a lot of pressure in that early round, where they were, unable to work through these tripwires. Google Vex is going to stick around for a little bit longer. Robotics Master has got the camera as well to make sure they can watch this window area with a little bit of protection. On the other side, you just see Skip waiting and watching until there is that trade running out of time. And Skip's going to be the first point of contact. Thrasher able to hit the headshot. Absolutely massive as the plant goes down.
Yeah, it looks like the Juggernaut from both teams have fallen. Try hard from heaven, though, with a beautiful shot from the Vandal. Hello will find a trade. Thrasher gets another. Robotics back the other way, and both of these teams are trading kills as if they were free. We see the blood pop from Tryhard here as well. A lot of damage done from Johnny. Looking to pop the flash.
Last player standing.
Tryhard on the Ferrari swing gets one.
Enemy
Johnny's
remaining.
blind, 1 to beat, and now on a 1v1. Johnny hurting for health here though,
Only 40 HP. However, the spike is already up to that 2nd level. Saves the shoulder in a round. That was so close. It is going to be close again on the defuse. Man, 5 seconds between that timing and so much back and forth here in overtime. Could not have asked for a better series. But now we are on match point. What is on the table here? If Forest Hills win this one, it is over. They take the map. They improve to 2-0. If Penn Trafford win, we keep going.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford 0-1 on the season, certainly not wanting to go 0-2, but again, they did lose to the former champions who were, I think, undefeated throughout the season last year as well, so no easy feat there. Penn Trafford certainly wanting to get back on track, but Forest Hills wanting to keep this nice new season flawless at the moment. We'll see if they can do just that as they begin to slowly and methodically work toward the A site.
Course, with overtime, we switch offense and defense every round. So back on the offensive side here for Forest Hills. They'll have to work their way through this KJ utility that they had a lot of trouble working through. The good news is they've already cleared it away. Tremor is going to come on through. Toast is going to try and send out all this utility to force Quarter into a bad location. However, they don't bite. They're just sending more resources over here. 4 players to prepare for this defense, but slow and methodical. Neither team wanting to step forward and make that mistake.
Yeah, Toast did a good job of pushing Quarter out. Unfortunately, Quarter was smart enough to use that blind to allow him to get to safety, not allowing Toast to find that peak. Toast now making their way on the site. Here's the blind, the flash as well, and the peak. Toast had an idea that he pushed him there. Toast is certainly feeling broken at the moment. Finds the 2-piece.
One enemy remaining.
Trade, now Robotics. 1 member remaining, and this could spell trouble for Johnny.
Here we go, Johnny Boy. 1v4, it's not there. It is Skip able to end the game just like that. 14-12, the final scoreline on Bind, and man, what a series. Both teams back and forth, defensive-sided, both winning out every single time, and man, what an exciting one.
You could not ask for a better game here in week 2 as we go all the way to overtime. And, honestly, both of these teams deserve to win. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. But again, if you're Penn Trafford, hold your heads high. What an amazing game. One of the best games I've seen here, certainly this season, but maybe in a long time for TEC. But at the end of the day, Forest Hills able to just sneak it out in overtime. But what a great job by Penn Trafford. Being down 9-3 can affect the mental. They held on very nicely. They brought it back to overtime, and they certainly did not disappoint as far as exciting games go.
It didn't. It was an exciting one back and forth. You talk about not only both teams performing well, we saw all of the players, it seemed like at every moment, had their pop-off moment. They had their rounds that they were winning, and the ultimate usage, the nice defensive stoppage from both teams, the rotations, everything looked so amazing. And I got to say, for Penn Trafford, it's a little bit unfortunate that they start this season playing probably two of the tougher opponents here in TEC, but there's a lot to learn from it. And I got to say, if you put this team down 0-2, I'm scared of what's going to fuel them for the entire season.
Yeah, I expect them to start winning out the rest of the season as well, and that does great things for you as well. Yeah, you suffer a couple early losses, but you get some good looks at some really strong teams. Then you begin to build your team throughout the rest of the season. You start to win, and maybe you're undefeated for the rest of the season, so that confidence carries into that postseason as well. But I mean, Forest Hills, Penn Trafford, they never disappoint as far as games go, and I'm certainly just honored to be in the booth casting these exciting games.
As well. It's always fun, and it's exciting here to watch some Valorant on Monday, but TC is not done for the week. We've got some Rocket League tomorrow. We've got some Overwatch on Wednesday, and as well, we didn't have it last week, but on Thursdays, we're starting up our middle school Rocket League series as well. So make sure you guys, if you're at home, pop the follow here on the Esports Company stream. We've also got TEC High School group for all of the other streams. Make sure to go follow those as well. Some of them actually might still be playing some Valorant matches if you guys want to go check them out, but you can't watch the streams unless you are here, so turn those notifications on and make sure you're here every single day.
Yeah, love to see the plethora of upcoming talent as well as we continuously bring more schools and now middle school as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We definitely appreciate everybody hanging out today. We want to take a moment to thank ManCan and everybody behind the scenes making this possible, as well as the teachers, the students, the players, everybody supporting. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow around the same time, guys. We hope everybody has a wonderful evening.